Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of our Skyrim Let's Play. Last time we did more of the main story. We found Esbern, there he is right here, and now we have reached Karthspire. We're trying to find this sky temple that Esbern talked about. That's what we'll be doing today. So let's go. We also debuted the face cam last time. We're continuing that today. I'm hoping the audio will be a little bit better. I basically just moved my phone closer. That's what I'm using to film. And so hopefully that leads to better, louder audio. Anyway, let's go. Right into combat. Oh. More Forsworn. This temple is apparently in the middle of a Forsworn camp. We had to fight off a bunch of Forsworn and a dragon last time. And now we're entering, and there's even more Forsworn, so great place, great place. For the immediate future, we're going to be continuing the main quest, but what I want to do, I think, relatively soon is start the College of Winterhold. You know, I didn't intend to go all the way through the main story before we did anything else, and we've gone quite a distance. Feels like we're reaching a bit of a stopping point. And after that, I think we're going to do the College of Winterhold, and then probably also the Civil War. Of course, we also have a bunch of DLC content to do, though. We might do that after we finish the main story. Hello, everybody.
This looks promising.
Yeah, this looks like a puzzle.
We've got to get this bridge down. These pillars must have something to do with it.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes, these are Akaviri symbols. Here, let's see. You had the symbol for king and warrior, and of course the symbol for dragonborn. That's the one that appears to have a sort of arrow shape pointing downward at the bottom.
Right.
Given that Skyhaven Temple was sealed against the return of the dragonborn, I will try turning all the pillars to that symbol.
There we go.
It worked. Let's see what those
Quite a puzzle. You just turn every pillar to the Dragonborn symbol. I was trying to look around to see, am I missing something? Are there other symbols to see? I mean, my eyesight is not great. But I guess not. Now my guess is we just gotta walk on the Dragonborn symbol here. If I can properly see them.
We should be careful here. See these symbols on the floor?
Esbern's right. Look like pressure plates. Looks safe now. Let's move.
Yeah, don't worry. I solved it. My goodness. This temple is testing my less than average eyesight. Even with the glasses on. It's not fantastic. You 20/20 vision people should feel grateful, I'll put it that way. Ah, here we are, Skyhaven Temple. Chest. Not bad. What do you have to say for yourself, Esbern?
Wonderful. Remarkably well preserved, too.
I think we're about to get a lot of Esbern dialogue.
Here's the blood seal, another of the lost Akaviri arts. No doubt triggered by, well, blood. Your blood, Dragonborn.
Oh, great.
Here,
Probably right.
you see how the ancient blades
Try
revered
using your blood on the
Cyrodiil?
carved seal on the floor.
Let me slice myself up real quick. Didn't even take off my gauntlet. I sliced through it.
After you,
Yeah, what's that, Delphine? There's a large door contraption happening right now. I can't quite hear you.
Amazing. You can see how the Akaviri craftsmen were beginning to embrace the more flowing Nordic style.
Right.
we're here for Alduin's Wall, right, Esbern?
Yes, of course. We'll have more time to look around later, I suppose. Let's see what's up ahead.
I've seen what's up ahead. It's the big Alduin's Wall, or whatever it's called. Or at least the wall that will reveal Alduin's secret to us.
Alduin's Wall. So, I've never seen a final example of early Second Era Kaviri sculptural relief.
Esbern, we need information, not a lecture on artistry.
Yeah.
Jesus. Yo, give the man a couple of minutes. I mean, come on. I mean, I know the situation is desperate, but it is not that desperate.
Look, here is Alduin. This panel goes back to the beginning of time, when Alduin and the Dragon Cult ruled over Skyrim. Here, the humans rebelled against their dragon overlord, the legendary dragon.
Based.
Alduin's defeat is the centerpiece of the war. You see, here is falling from the sky. The Nord Tongs, masters of the voice, are arrayed against it.
So does it show how they defeated him? Isn't that why we're here?
Ah, patience, my dear. The Akaviri were not a straightforward people. Everything is couched in allegory and mythic symbolism. Yes, yes. This here, coming from the mouths of the Nord heroes, this is the Akaviri symbol for shout. But there's no way to know what shout is meant.
You mean they used a shout to defeat Alduin? You're sure?
Oh, yes. Presumably something rather specific to Dragon, or even Alduin himself. Remember, this is where they recorded all they knew of Alduin and her.
So we're looking for a shout then. Damn it.
Well, good thing you have me.
You ever heard of such a thing? A shout that can knock a dragon out of the sky?
Well, I haven't, but the Greybeards might know.
You're probably right. I was hoping to avoid having to involve them in this, but it seems we have no choice.
Yo, what do you have against the Greybeards?
If they had their way, you do nothing but sit up on their mountain with them and talk to the sky or whatever it is they do. The Greybeards are so afraid of power that they won't use it. Think about it. Have they tried to stop the Civil War or done anything about Alduin? No. And they're afraid of you, of your power. Trust me, there is no need to be afraid. Think of Tiber Septim. Do you think he'd have founded the Empire if he'd listened to the Greybeards?
I mean, look, I get what you're saying. I don't love the Greybeards either, but it's a good thing you don't have that power, Delphine. I'll just put it that way. I mean, no nuance here. You go with one or the other. So I'll say the Greybeards may have a point. Power is dangerous.
Only if you don't know how to use it. All the great heroes have had to learn to use their
Yeah, sure.
those that shrank from their destiny. Well, you've never heard of them. have
You're a
you?
little too
And
eager,
they're the
Delphine.
villains, those that misused their power. There's always a choice, and there's always a risk. But if you live in fear of what might go wrong, you'll end up doing nothing. Like the Greybeards up on their mountain.
I mean, look, I agree. Like, you should use your power for whatever you perceive as good if you can handle it. But it's also wise to be cautious with such power. Anyway, Delphine, I'd better go see what Arngnir knows about this shout.
Right. Good thing they've already let you into their little cult. Not likely they'd help Esbern or me if we came calling. We'll look around Skyhaven Temple and see what else the old blades might have left for us. It's a better hideout than I could have hoped for. Talos guard you.
I'm sure he will.
In the third panel, the prophecy which brought the Akaviri to Tamriel in the first place,
Oh.
in search of the Dragonborn. Here are the Akaviri, the blades. You see their distinctive longswords. Now they need their ancient mission fulfilled, as the last Dragonborn contends with Alduin at the end of time. Are you paying attention, Delphine? You might learn something of our own history. I know the prophecy by heart. Once all blades knew it, when misrule takes its place at the 8 corners of the world. When the brass tower rocks and time is reshaped, when the thrice blessed fail and the red tower trembles, when the dragonborn ruler loses his throne and the white tower falls, when the snow tower lies sundered, kingless, bleeding, the world eater wakes and the wheel turns upon the last dragonborn.
How about that? I suppose that would be us.
See what the old blade is like.
Yeah, I'm also gonna go searching for loot. Yeah, I get what you're saying, Delphine. Like, sure. Ooh. Very nice. Very nice. I'm over encumbered. Oh man. I forgot all the stuff you could find here. So what I was saying is, yeah, I get what you're saying, Delphine. I understand that, you know. Sometimes it's better to act, but sometimes it's better to not act. And you need to be careful about what you insert yourself into. Especially a group like the Greybeards with that sort of power.
To speak up. I'm a little deaf in my right ear.
Okay, thank you, Esbern. That sort of power, prestige, if they got themselves involved in every conflict, I don't know if that'd be good for them. But you could certainly make an argument that maybe some things, like the Civil War, would be better with some sort of intervention from the Greybeards. I don't know. Whatever you think, we have to go see them. But first, I'm going to take a look at this Blades armor, see if I can improve it to a level where I can ditch my my Dwarven armor.
Pieces out here if you're looking to buy.
Alright.
Inside.
Here's our fully upgraded Blades armor with the level up. Now, technically, it's not as good as exquisite Dwarven armor, but I don't mind indulging in a bit of vanity, and look how cool it looks. It's technically not full because we're using the Shield of Ysgramor, but I'd rather use that than the Blade Shield. And plus, when I get that level in smithing, then I can put it into Arcane Blacksmith with 60 smithing, and then I can use my smithing to improve the Shield of Ysgramor and Dragon's Bane, which I just got. So very cool looking armor. I mean, you can't deny that. What do you want to do? We could put it into smithing. Yeah, that might be the best way to go about it. We now have Orcish smithing. We can make Orcish armor. I didn't just immediately...
I don't claim to be the best blacksmith in Whiterun. Yorland Greymane's got
I've
that
got your
one.
back. I am sworn
Now, I
to
imagine
carry
that
your burdens.
Orcish armor will also be better than the Blades armor, at least at the level I can craft it at, right?
Let's
There you
get
go,
going
Lydia.
then.
You get the Blade Shield.
I work with my mother. Sell fruits and vegetables.
How about the sword? Can I improve the sword anymore?
Hard work.
Yes, I can. Exquisite. Dragonbane doesn't get that good. I think what I need, to be honest with you, is a house so that I can store weapons and armor sets that I don't want to carry with me, I don't want to use, but I still want to keep, you know? Because rather soon this blade armor is going to become outdated. Like when I craft myself some Orcish armor, the Orcish armor is going to be better. But obviously, I don't want to get rid of the Blades armor. I mean, look at it. It's really cool looking. So, I need a house to put it in. So maybe we'll be doing that sometime soon. I mean, we do find ourselves often over-encumbered. But we carry a lot of heavy armor, a lot of weapons, plus an endless supply of potions and miscellaneous items. Speaking of that,
I'm right behind you.
I think I have
I'm
some
at your command.
extra steel ingots that you could take off my hands. Yes. Yes, I do. There you go, down to 200 weight. Not bad at all. Now, we've come to ask the Greybeards for help. help doing something that they might not actually want to do. But let's see what they say.
Sky above, voice within.
I need to learn the shout used to defeat Alduin.
Where did you learn of that? Who have you been talking to?
It was recorded on Alduin's wall.
The Blades, of course. They specialize in meddling in matters they barely understand. Their reckless arrogance knows no bounds. They have always sought to turn the Dragonborn from the path of wisdom. Have you learned nothing from us? Would you simply be a tool in the hands of the Blades to be used for their own purposes?
And of course, now we get the other side of the coin. You know, this is Skyrim, so there's not that much nuance. So what we have is the Blades, Delphine, who's just like, screw the Greybeards, they don't want to do anything, we have to take action now. And then we have the Greybeards who are like, the Blades, they're so horrible, you're, leaving the path of wisdom. And it's like, but I'm gonna find a middle ground. The enlightened centrist playthrough. But I mean, that's basically how it's designed. Wow, our character's mad. I'll put it this way, the Blades want to defeat Alduin, don't you?
What I want is irrelevant. This shout was used once before, was it not? And here we are again. Have you considered that Alduin was not meant
Well,
to
he
be
left for a long time after the last
Those
defeat.
who overthrew him in ancient times only postponed the day of reckoning. They did not stop it. If the world is meant to end, so be it. Let it end and be reborn.
Man, what kind of opinion is that? I gotta be honest, I'm not vibing with that. Maybe the world is meant to end, or maybe we can postpone it again. Why not? So you won't help me?
No, not now. Not until you return to the path of wisdom. Paarthurnax. Dragonborn, wait. Forgive me, I was intemperate. I allowed my emotions to...
Yes, you did.
Master Einarth reminded me of my duty. The decision whether or not to help you is not mine to make.
So, can you teach me this shout?
No, I cannot teach it to you because I do not know it. It is called Dragon Rend, but its words of power are unknown to us. We do not regret this loss. Dragonrend holds no place within the way of the voice.
Y'all have a weird relationship with dragons here. What's so bad about Dragonrend?
It was created by those who had lived under the unimaginable cruelty of Alduin's dragon cult. Their whole lives were consumed with hatred for dragons, and they poured all their anger and hatred into this shout.
Seems fair.
When you learn a shout, you take it into your very being. In a sense, you become the shout. In order to learn and use this shout, you will be taking this evil into yourself.
But is that evil? Sounds more like retribution, which doesn't have to be a bad thing. You could call it justice, I don't know. If the shout is lost, how can I defeat Alduin?
Only Paarthurnax, the master of our order, can answer that question, if he so chooses.
Who's Paarthurnax?
He is our leader. He surpasses us all in his mastery of the way of the voice.
And this is when, they have the build-up. I haven't met Paarthurnax. Who is this guy? What's he like? Of course, they're hiding a big secret from you right now about what Paarthurnax actually is. I need to speak to Paarthurnax then.
You weren't ready. You still aren't ready. But, thanks to the Blades, you now have questions...
Yeah, I'll never be ready to your standards. Why haven't I met him yet?
He lives in seclusion on the very peak of the mountain. He speaks to us only rarely, and never to outsiders. Being allowed to see him is a great privilege.
How do I get to the top of the mountain to see him?
Only those whose voice is strong can find the path. We will teach you a shout to open the way to Paarthurnax.
Alrighty. Let's go. sorry if this episode is a bit slow, everybody. It's very much a story-focused episode. We've mostly just been walking around and listening to people talk. You know, I'm very familiar with this, but I don't remember the story beat by beat. So, you know, we're going a little slower than usual. Much less combat. Sort of slower advancement, but, you know, I'm very familiar with all this, but maybe you're learning something new watching. I guess it is some interesting stuff if you're hearing it for the first time. Or maybe it's just a refresher like it is for me. I'm still just enjoying how cool this armor looks. I mean, look at this stuff. I suppose it's like, I don't know, sort of samurai-inspired, loosely inspired, but it looks pretty awesome. I honestly had totally forgotten about the Blades armor. I really had. Like I said, I don't play the main story very much, which is why I'm probably less familiar with it than, say, the Thieves Guild questline or the Companions questline. I usually don't play the main story when I play Skyrim, so I'm being reminded of a lot of this, including this armor, which I forgot even existed, but it's pretty cool looking. Alright, help me out here, Greybeards.
Look.
Clear skies. Ooh, every word of it, huh? And the passage, you know, up to our left is also a good way to permanently level up your restoration.
This is your final gift from us, Dragon.
I'll show you why.
Use it well.
Yeah, I mean, thanks, I guess, Greybeards. I was just about to unlock it with a dragon soul. I was like, wait a second, he's about to give it to me. Y'all did help me out, but you also withheld a bunch of information from me.
Clear skies.
And you didn't tell me that you're... You know, it would be a different story if they were like, look, we're gonna slowly ease you into this. We're not telling you everything. There's stuff you must learn in time. But y'all just didn't tell me any of that.
And you will reach the summit.
Alright. Sounds good. And I will show you why you can permanently upgrade your restoration in here. Because you just stand here, and then you just keep healing yourself. And then over time, of course, you're going to boost your restoration a lot, but that's not what we're here to do. And if I remember correctly, you make your way up the path, and you have to keep using the Clear Skies shout. But we are at the beginning of our path. This will probably also be quite slow. We just have to make the slow trek up. To meet Paarthurnax, who, I mean, if you played the game, you'll know exactly who he is, but if you haven't, then you might still be curious. Who is this guy? Why have I not met him yet? There's all a lot of mystery to this. Well, yes, there is, and you'll see why when we meet Paarthurnax. Some enemies up here. Take them down with our improved blade sword. Our improved blades blade. Alright, let's keep it moving, everybody. And frankly, I think the Shield of Ysgramor goes pretty well with this getup. I mean, it's not technically the full getup because we don't have the blade shield equipped, but I think the shield we have right now sort of fits the vibe. Plus, I mean, it has some extra bonuses that it gives us. There you go. And when we level up our smithing a little bit, we will be able to get it up to at least superior, if not exquisite quality. Oh, I'm sorry, I just killed that goat. With my clear skies shout. Nope. Another ice wraith. Y'all do not stand a chance. But yeah, the story of the Dragonborn really is the story of the centrist. You know, well, I don't want the radical blades who act without thinking, but the Greybeards, well, they don't do anything at all, so I chart my own path. Or, if you just play the main storyline, when it gets to the Civil War, what it's going to do is make you mediate between both sides. You know what? I don't want to be a Stormcloak or an Imperial. I choose the centrist option. That's not what we're going to do, by the way. We're going to choose a side. We're not going to let it get to that point. We're going to choose the Stormcloaks. I think I've said this before. It just makes the most sense for someone in our position. I'm going to choose the Stormcloaks, and we're going to play through that. We will not be choosing the fence-sitter option. Alright, we're almost here. I mean, you thought we were up high before. Now we are really high up. The throat of the world. I always liked that name. I think that's a pretty cool name. Oh. A dragon! Get ready to fight, everybody! Oh, now wait a minute.
Greetings.
And there's the reveal.
I am Paarthurnax. Who are you? What brings you to my Strunmach, my mountain?
I wasn't expecting you to be a dragon.
I am as my father Akatosh made me, as are you, Dovahkiin. Tell
Fair.
me, why do you come here, Volan? Why do you intrude on my meditation?
Got some questions, buddy. Also, I need to learn the Dragon Wren shout. Can you teach me?
Dren, patience. There are formalities which must be observed at the first meeting of two of the Dove.
Okay. What does that mean?
By long tradition, the Elder speaks first.
That would be you.
Hear my Thum. Feel it in your bones. Match it if you are Dovahkiin. I have spoken. The Rotmulag waits.
My goodness. Ooh.
Understand fire as the Dove do.
Thank you. Very nice. We just got an upgrade to our fire breath. I appreciate that.
Now, show me what you can do. Greet me not as mortal, but as Dova.
I shall. Here we go. Part 2 of Fire Breath. How about that? How did that feel?
Yes, Sosedo Vrostmul. The dragon blood runs strong in you. It is long since I had the pleasure of speech with one of my own kind.
How about that? We're homies now.
Ah, I have expected you, Proda. You would not come all this way for Tinvak with an old Dova. No.
What does Dova
You
mean?
seek
Because
your
we're Dova
weapon
Keen.
against
Dragonborn.
Alduin.
Does it just mean dragon? The Greybeards didn't want me to come at all.
Yes, they are very protective of me. Bachlan Fadon. But I do not know the Thum you seek.
Damn.
Croesus, it cannot be known to me.
Why? Because you're a dragon?
Your kind, Jor, mortals, created it as a weapon against the Dove, the dragons.
Exactly.
Our Hadrime, our minds, cannot even comprehend its concepts.
How can I learn it then?
Drem, all in good time. First, a question for you. Why do you want to learn this Thum?
That's none of your business. Well, you know what? I like this world, and I don't want it to end, frankly.
Prusa, as good a reason as any.
Exactly.
There are many who feel as you do, although not all. Some would say that all things must end, so that the next can come to pass. Perhaps this world is simply the egg of the next Kalpa, Lean Vokin. Would you stop the next world from being born?
You know, I think Paarthurnax is the best conversationalist amongst the Greybeards. You know, the least intimidating, if you remove the fact that he's a dragon. You know, you add that in, then he becomes the most intimidating. Yeah, frankly, the next world will have to take care of itself. I'm interested in preserving myself, my world.
Paz, a fair answer. Rofus, maybe you only balance the forces
Yeah, exactly.
that work to quicken the end of this world.
Maybe I'm providing balance to this whole thing.
Even we who ride the currents of time cannot see past time's end. Wulsetid los trahodis. Those who try to hasten the end may delay it. Those who work to delay the end may bring it closer.
Very true, very true.
But you have indulged my weakness for speech long enough. Croesus, now I will answer your question.
Thank you.
Do you know why I live here, at the peak of the Monavin, what you name throat of the world?
Don't know. Dragons like mountains, right? I'm not gonna say that. You know what? I never thought about it.
This is the most sacred mountain in Skyrim, Sokravakstruma, the great mountain of the world. Here, the ancient tongues, the first mortal masters of the voice, brought Alduin to battle and defeated him.
Hey, not bad. Using the Dragon Wren shout, right?
Yes and no. Viknus Nikaron. Alduin was not truly defeated either.
Yeah, I noticed that.
If he was, you would not be here today seeking to defeat him. The Nords of those days used the Dragon Wren shout to cripple Alduin, but this was not enough. Ok Mulag Unslad. It was the Kell, the Elder Scroll.
Name drop,
They
name drop.
used it to cast him adrift.
Credits roll.
on the currents of time.
It was the Elder Scroll, Skyrim. An Elder Scroll? What's that?
How to explain in your tongue? The Dove have words for such things that Jor do not. It is an artifact from outside time. It does not exist, but it has always existed. Rahwalan. They are
Schrodinger's
fragments of
scroll
creation.
here.
The Kele, Elder Scrolls, as you name them. They have often been used for prophecy. Yes, your prophecy comes from an Elder Scroll. But this is only a small part of their power. Zofa Suryek.
So are you saying that the ancient Nords sent Alduin forward in time?
Not intentionally. Some hoped he would be gone forever, forever lost. Meye. I knew better. Tidbo Amativ. Time flows ever onward.
Does it?
One day, he would surface.
Well, he has certainly surfaced.
Which is why I have lived here. For thousands of mortal years, I
Wow.
have waited.
That is patience.
I knew where he would emerge, but not when.
Okay, so how does any of this help me?
Tid Krent. Time was shattered here because of what the ancient Nords did to Alduin. If you brought that Kell, that Elder Scroll, back here to the Tid Ahran, the Time Wound, with the Elder Scroll that was used to break time, you may be able
Whoa.
to cast yourself back to the other end of the break.
Okay.
You could learn Dragonrend from those who created it.
Do you know where I can find an Elder Scroll?
Croesus, no. I know little of what has passed below in the long years I have lived here. You are likely better informed than I.
Esbern or Arnir might have some idea.
Trust your instincts,
Arngeir.
Dovahkiin. Your blood will show you the way.
Brilliant. Silence.
So, you have made your way here to me. No easy task for a Jor mortal. Even for one of Dovasos, dragon blood. What would you ask of me?
Ooh.
Lok Thum. Drem Yolok. Greetings.
What does the Dragonrend shout actually do?
I cannot tell you in detail. I never heard it used. Kogan. It was the first Thum created solely by mortals. It was said to force a dragon to experience the concept of mortality. A truly von Mindoran, incomprehensible idea to the immortal Dove.
Alright, maybe we'll talk to you more later.
Speak.
I'm done speaking. Thank you, Paarthurnax. He seems like a mighty fine fellow. I hope nothing bad happens to him in the future of this Let's Play. Let's talk to Arngeir about it. I can never pronounce his name right. See if we can find an Elder Scroll. Honestly, like I said, I think Paarthurnax is the best conversationalist amongst the Greybeards. I know he's not actually amongst them, he's leading them, but you get the point. They were more protective of him than he was of himself. You know, they really did not want me to talk to him. But when I got to him, Paarthurnax was like, alright, you're making some fair points. What do you want? Ori, where's your colleague? Still outside, maybe? Looks like he might be in the courtyard where we left him. Ah, there you are. Hello, Arngeir.
So, you spoke to Paarthurnax. The dragon blood burns bright within you. Did he tell you what you wanted to know? Did he teach you the dragon rend shout?
He doesn't know it. But he told me how to find out.
So be it. If he believes it is necessary for you to learn,
Yes, he does.
we will bow to his wisdom.
I need the Elder Scroll the ancients used. Do you know where I can find it?
We have never concerned ourselves with the scrolls. The gods themselves would rightly fear to tamper with such things. As for where to find it, such blasphemies have always been the stock and trade of the mages of Winterhold. They may be able to tell you something about the Elder Scroll you seek.
Alright,
Breath and focus.
I guess we know where we're heading. The good old Mages College in Winterhold. And I think this is as good a time as any to actually start the Mages College questline, since we're heading there anyway. So that's what we're going to end this episode with. We will start the College of Winterhold questline as we continue our journey to defeat Alduin. Though, don't blame me if we end up getting distracted by some of the Mages College stuff. And by don't blame me, I mean that's exactly what we're gonna do. Alright, let's see what's going on up here.
Cross the bridge at your own peril.
Huh?
The way is dangerous, and the gate will not open. You shall not gain entry.
Yes, I shall. Why are you out here?
I am here to assist those seeking the wisdom of the college. And if, in the process, my presence helps to deter those who might seek to do harm, so be it. The more important question is, why are you here?
May I enter the college?
Perhaps. But what is it you expect to find within?
I seek the knowledge of the Elder Scrolls.
Do you? It is true there are some here who have spent years studying the accumulated knowledge of the scrolls. But what you seek does not come easily, and can destroy those without a strong will. It would seem that the college has what you seek. The question now is, what can you offer the college? Not just anyone is allowed inside. Those wishing to enter must show some degree of skill with magic. A small test.
That's interesting. I could flaunt my status as Dragonborn, but I'll take the test. I forgot that... Well, honestly, I forgot that the main questline even brought you here, but I forgot that they still want to test you to enter, even if you're looking for the Elder Scrolls. Of course, I remember this is how you usually get in, but I usually get to the College of Winterhold far before we get to this point in the story. But I'll take the test, as I always do. You know, I'm a mage. I can do that kind of thing.
Excellent. A standard spell for one skilled in destruction magic is the Firebolt. Casting one at the seal on the ground
Do we have that?
is sufficient.
I don't know if we know that spell.
No? Well, if you think... Or you can try your
Yeah,
luck with
yeah,
one of the
yeah.
cards.
Give me the damn
Here you
spell.
are. Now I'm anxious to see you cast it.
I hope I didn't just buy a spell that I already have. I don't think so. Alright.
No matter
Be
what-
amazed.
Well done indeed. I think you'll be a superb addition to the college. Welcome, apprentice. I'll lead you across the bridge. Once you're inside, you'll want to speak with Mirabelle Irvine, our master wizard. Please, follow me.
It is also funny to me that the test to see if you're qualified to get into the college is just, here, cast a random spell. It's like, but what if that's not my area of expertise?
Much knowledge lies within the
Okay, I'm gonna
college's
keep going
walls.
then. You know, it feels like mages should have a method of sort of working out if other mages have any magical potential, right? What this means is that to get into the college, you have to have the ability to cast a random spell. Which, I don't know if that's a great indicator of your sort of general talent. Alright. Like I said, we're gonna untick the main quest line and start the College of Winterhold. Now, forget about being the Dragonborn, forget about our quest to find the Elder Scrolls. In classic Skyrim fashion, we're putting that on hold. We are now a college student. You know, get ready to be drowning in debt, everybody. You know, we're gonna become a barista at Starbucks, just the classic lifestyle.
I believe I've made myself rather clear.
Yes, of course. I'm simply trying to understand the reasoning behind the decision.
You may be used to the Empire bowing to your every whim, but I'm afraid you'll find the Thalmor received no such treatment here.
Ooh.
You are a guest of the college, here at the pleasure of the Archmage. I hope you appreciate the opportunity.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes, of course. The Archmage has my thanks.
Very good. Then we're done here.
That wasn't genuine at all. Hello!
Welcome to the college.
I was told to come see you.
Another new student. I'm surprised at how many of you there are lately. Well, first you'll need these. While you're not required to wear them, you may find them more to your liking than your current clothes.
You think
I'll
so?
give you a brief tour, and then we'll get you to your first class. Are you ready to begin?
I mean, I know that I'm not wearing mage's robes, but I'm wearing what is clearly an extremely expensive and fine set of armor. You don't think there's a reason that I might be wearing this? But, you know, regardless, I'd love to have a look around.
Wonderful. Please follow me, and don't wander off. The College of Winterhold has been a fixture in Skyrim for thousands of years.
This is a really
Prominent feature here is
lore-heavy episode.
It's our primary location for lectures, practice sessions, and general meetings.
The
The Arcanium is located above the hall, and the Archmage's quarters above that.
Got it.
While technically in charge of the college, the Archmage's responsibilities often keep him occupied. Thus, I run the day-to-day operations.
Sounds good.
Now, if you'll please follow me, I'll show you the living
The
quarters.
Archmage is also a little bit
Unfortunately, we've had
detached.
to implement more stringent entry procedures due to some problems with the local Nords. We don't anticipate any real violence, but it never hurts to be prepared.
Fair. Keep it moving. Yeah, bustling with new students, aka there's, what, like 3 or 4 new students, and how many professors? Like 5, 6, 7? That's a real packed learning environment. But yeah, this has been a real lore-heavy episode, mostly following and listening. Sorry if you guys find that a little boring, but maybe it's interesting to you guys, I don't know. I'm sure many of you, like me, have heard it all before. But I don't want to skip
What
through
you learn
everything.
here will last you a lifetime.
Okay.
Several if you're talented.
Thank you, Archmage. I don't want to skip through, because it's not really in the spirit of the Let's
Our
Play.
newest members are housed
Plus,
here,
if
in the hall of
you
the
viewing aren't familiar, then
I'll
you'll
ask
want to
that
see
you
all
please
this.
Keep your voice down while inside, as others may be working on research or delicate experiments.
I just think now is a good time to start getting our enchanting up, because we're going to want to start enchanting our armor with enchantments that can give us more magicka regeneration, etc., etc.
Now I'll show you to your quarters. You're going to be sharing space with your fellow apprentices, who you'll meet shortly.
Alright.
This is where you'll be staying. This bed and desk are yours. Please try and be considerate of others.
Will do.
Now, let's go back to the Hall of the Elements, where most of the members gather for lectures and study sessions.
Also, this place is great. I didn't have to pay tuition to get in. Well, I know that might be relatable to a lot of non-Americans watching, who also don't have to pay tuition to get into college, but unfortunately that's not the case here.
Initially, you'll be learning from Tolfdir, one of our most esteemed wizards.
Although I'm sure any English viewers can relate, because y'all have to pay tuition to go to college now as well. You know, welcome to the club. You've been in the club for, what, 2 decades now? I forget when they implemented tuition costs in England. But you've been in the club for a while. Yes, walk as slowly as possible, Mirabelle.
Tolfdir is likely already addressing the new apprentices. Go on in, and if you have any problems, let one of our senior members know.
Sounds good. Will do. Let's go and meet this Tolfdir fellow.
You know, They say knowledge is its own reward.
Okay, thanks for that. Just, you know, emerging out of the doors to tell me that as I try and enter around him. Kano's here.
Welcome, welcome. We were just beginning. Please, stay and listen.
Sounds good.
So, as I was saying, the first thing to understand is that magic is,
Hey,
by its very
can I borrow a
nature,
pen? I
volatile
forgot to bring one.
Unless you can control it.
Guess not.
You can and will
This is more of a
destroy
practical
it.
lesson, I suppose.
Sir, I think we all understand that fairly well. We wouldn't be here if we couldn't control magic.
Hell yeah.
Of course, my dear, of course. You all certainly possess some inherent natural ability. That much is not being questioned. What I'm talking about is true control, mastery of magic. It takes years, if not decades, of practice and study.
Then what are we waiting for? Let's get started.
Good point.
Please, please. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Eagerness must be tempered with caution, or else disaster is inevitable.
But we've only just arrived here. You've no idea what any of us are capable of. Why not give us a chance to show you what we can do?
You've been quiet so far.
That was very villainous
What do you
to
think
say
we
that.
should do?
I'll say that much. You know what? I think we should learn something practical.
Is that so?
See, he agrees with us too. Why don't you actually show us something?
All right, let's settle down. I suppose we can try something practical. In continuing with our theme of safety, we'll start with wards. Wards are protective spells that block magic.
Got it.
I'll teach you all a ward, and we'll see if you can successfully use it to block spells, all right? Would you mind helping me with the demonstration? Are you at all familiar with ward spells?
I don't know any.
That's all right. I can teach you a very basic ward, one that's enough for the purposes of this lesson. Now, if
Does anybody actually use ward spells, you know, outside of this one lesson?
block it with the ward. Here we go. Over
I
there.
mean, if I'm
please,
fighting...
just opposite.
Maybe? I don't know. If I'm fighting mages, I usually just tank it. Tank the destruction magic that they're sending my way, but maybe I would.
Pass the wards.
Okay, Lydia, can you please go and stand over there?
You have to keep your ward up. or
Anything
else it
else?
won't work.
It's up.
It'll hurt you.
It's up.
Over there, please.
I'm-
just opposite me.
What are you doing? I'm running out of magic. The ward is up.
Wouldn't want anyone else in the way.
Alright.
Hold still. Excellent work.
I do not have much
Well, I
magicka.
think this is an excellent start. I'd like you all to continue practicing with wards, please.
We heading out?
Alright, follow me.
As you will, my thane. I will
Exploring
protect
some
you
of
with
the
my
various
life.
applications of magic throughout history. The college has undertaken a fascinating excavation in the ruins of Sarthal nearby. It's an excellent learning opportunity. I suggest we meet there in a few hours and see what awaits us inside. That's all for now. Thank you.
Sounds good. Lydia, I hope no one minds that I brought my own personal companion with me. That's not gonna be a problem, is it? I hope not. Now we get to do some practical learning. How fun. But before we get to that, I'm gonna end this episode. So, what we did today was we learned how to defeat Alduin. Then we went and met Paarthurnax, who gave us some information, and now we just joined the Mages College of Winterhold. For the next couple episodes, this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be playing through the Mages College. I've said for a while now that I want to deviate from the main storyline, and this is what we're going to do. Then, we might return to the main quest for a while, but I intend on doing the Civil War after we finish this quest line. And we've got other quest lines to do in the future. So, that's what you have in store. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Once again, it was a rather slow one. A lot of talking, a lot of listening, a lot of lore. Like I said, that might be interesting to some of you. I hope it is. I hope it is. It's more of a refresher for me. You know, I've heard all this before. But there's certainly some interesting stuff. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope you guys are all having a good day today. And I will see you all again next time.